Hi again, I'm Lee from Drury College. I'm one of the full-time lecturers here, and now we're going to progress from doing veg stock recently, so we're going to move on to a pureed soup. For today's soup I'm going to make carrot and coriander. The basic principles of a pureed soup are pretty much the same whatever flavour you're doing, whether it be leek and potato or any other flavoured puree soup. So I've cut everything up here into a mirepoix. Again, if you look at the videos above, Tony covered this a little while ago. So I've got a mirepoix of veg, again, carrots, onions, celery and leeks, all prepared here, ready to go. Again, backbone of all stocks and soups. And then we're going to add the flavouring. So for this one we've got carrots and coriander. I've picked the coriander, so the leaves I'm going to use those a bit later. I've got the stalks and some ground coriander and the carrots. So to start with, I'm just going to pop a little dribble of oil in the bottom of the pan. We don't want lots of oil in there. It's only to get the vegetables sweating down. So to sweat is to cook without colour. So into that I've got leeks, celery, onion and carrots, all roughly chopped. That's our background flavour. It's going to give us a really good deep flavour to the soup. Then I've got my carrots and the stalks of the coriander. So the stalk contains a lot of flavour, but it doesn't eat very well. It can be a bit stringy. So we're going to pass the soup later on, which we'll demonstrate. So that stringiness from the coriander stalks will be removed, which is why we're keeping the leaves separate. We're going to put them in right at the end. So I'm just getting that started. Just starting the cooking process. I'm going to pop my ground coriander in there now. I'll put that in nice and early. It's very dry, so we need to be able to crack the spices, cook them out, which will give a really good flavour. If you don't cook the spices out, you tend to get a grainy texture to the food. So it's just starting to sweat down, soften up a little bit. And I've got my fresh vegetable stock. Again, that's in a video just above how to make that. The one thing with fresh vegetable stock opposed to bouillon, stock cubes or bouillon paste, it's a lot lighter in flavour, it's fresher, but it has a lot less salt in it. So when we come to finish the soup, we really need to check the seasoning in there. We will need to add salt to this one. If we're using a bouillon paste, it contains a vast amount of stock as a preservative, so we may not need to add any salt to the finished product. So it's all about taste at that stage. So I've just added my stock. Just make sure that's well stirred around. Now I'm going to bring that to a boil and then simmer it gently for about 20 minutes or until all the vegetables are softened. Okay, so our carrot and coriander soup has been simmering away for about 20-25 minutes. All the vegetables are nice and soft. So we're just going to liquidize it down. You can either use a stick blender like this or a liquidizer. Okay, so I've blitzed it down so it's nice and smooth. I'm just going to have a quick taste, check the seasoning. Just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. There's a nice sort of carroty, coriander-y flavour in there. And then a handful of the coriander leaves I kept earlier. Just going to pop a couple of those in now. Okay, so we've got a nice smooth soup. Now I'm going to pass it through a conical strainer now. We're not going to use a chinois. The holes are too fine. It's going to remove nearly all of the solid, whereas you need some solid in there to give the soup a body. pop it in, use the back of a ladle and just push it through. We need some of the solid to get through there. And the beauty of this type of soup, with the fresh veg stock, we've taken all those water-soluble vitamins out of the vegetables and into the stock. And then if these carrots and the vegetables in here have lost any of their water-soluble vitamins, they've just gone straight into the soup, so you're going to get all that goodness, some of the fibre, all of the vitamins, and it's really low fat. So we only put about a teaspoon of oil in at the very beginning. So it's really nice, low fat, full of flavour and full of vitamins. So I'll just pop that part through, scrape off anything on the outside. I'll finish passing the rest of that through shortly. So another handful of the fresh coriander. Because any of the bits in there we'd lose when we're passing, we still want to have some of that nice fresh coriander flavour. So just give that a quick whiz through to break down that fresh coriander. You can smell the fresh smells there. Got a nice bowl. To make life easier, I'm just going to pour the soup into a jug, get a clean spoon, double checking the flavour and consistency. Really good. So you can still taste that fresh coriander coming through. And into our nice warm bowl, ready for service. Consistency, we want it to be along the lines of a double cream sort of consistency. Not too thick, it doesn't want to be a vegetable puree. Fresh leaf coriander, and there we go. Thank you very much.